Welcome back to Crypto Together, ladies and gents, boys and girls. We are looking at another weekend fuckery, to be honest with you. We are going to be taking a look at some of the price actions which could potentially happen over this weekend. Although, guys, once again, I'm going to suggest all of you to just stay the fuck away from markets for this weekend because everything is literally pointing out towards the fact that this is going to be yet another weekend full of jobs, and most likely there's not going to be any directional bias, at least for Bitcoin itself, which means that most of the USD pairs in the market will not have a good directional bias. So without any further ado, guys, we're going to be jumping on to the first chart. We have Bitcoin and this stupid fucking chop range right here, and it's pretty clear from this point right here that we are still in a process of making lower highs, although we still have to make some lows that are higher than your previous lows, which is why this is a squeeze, guys. And until we are resolving to either of the direction, I don't think it's going to be a essentially a good point to take any directional trade for that matter, guys. We were in a trade, the entire community. If you've been following up with the content and if you are in the Discord channel, lot of long positions got invalidated. This is why we talk about risk management. This is why we talk about stop losses into certain areas where your trend gets invalidated and you don't keep on holding on to you losers, right? So if you are interested in some good setups for the coming the coming weeks, because the market is going to be extremely tight and range bound, you can hit the link for the invitation for the Discord server itself, and I'll be happy to see you there. Right now, Bitcoin right here is just guys, what I do expect for this weekend is the fact that we could just come back here again and then we could just do something like that. I mean, do I have a crystal ball? Have I seen the future right here? No, but essentially, guys, this is what happens over a weekend. Any range breakout or range fake out or range breakout or breakdown is mostly a fake out. Now essentially that does not mean that if we start breaking below this support line right here, we are going to be going in for some permanent trend reversal back again. Could be possible for the weekend, but essentially I would not stay in the side of that fact to be happening. Although I'm going to be taking a look at one particular area of interest for the entire market, guys. Most of the price action is going to be decided by whatever Bitcoin does, and Bitcoin probably is not going to do anything. This is just going to go sideways and chop the fuck out of a lot of people, it looks like, and it's just going to be a stupid fool's game to trade for this weekend itself. I would suggest that alright, I can't really tell you what to do, because despite of you watching these videos in YouTube all across the space, if you can't control your own actions in a stupid fucking chop market, you will end up trading and you will end up over trading, and you will just gamble away all of your money in the market and just end up giving away free money to the market itself, guys. Talk about giveaways in crypto. Alright, so if you start violating this low right here, that would essentially trigger the next move down to this liquid zone right here. Although I do feel that it's very difficult to go below this range for this weekend itself. We can come back down here, guys. This is just a 6 to 7% move to the downside, but essentially that does not mean that we're going to be breaking out of this range during a weekend. Right now, if we do break out, guys, I do feel that this is going to be a wick price action, and we could come back down here again for, let's say, an upswing, guys. I don't think that we're just going to be leaving this range like that, just like that. I mean, it's going to be very difficult and very choppy, guys. And most of the people, when the market will come back to these levels, most of the people will get extremely bearish, right? Similarly, if the market comes on to these price points, the market will get extremely bullish, guys, which is why trading Bitcoin or trading most of the crypto assets henceforth is going to be a challenge. It's going to be an objectively driven task. It's going to be a plan driven scenario for you yourself, because, guys, this is exactly what happens. You do break down out of a macro formulation right here, and this has happened again and again in crypto markets. And, guys, you do squeeze for a very long time, just boring the fuck out of a lot of traders in the market, which is why everybody anticipates, let's just say, an imminent breakdown or an imminent break out of the range, right? And this is why most of the people will get chopped out in fake out scenarios to the upside or the downside, which is why, guys, I simply don't think it's going to be a good choice to trade for this weekend itself. Now, simply just jumping on the weekly time frame, because we do have a closure happening again in the next let's just say 1 day or something like that. Now, this is a good reaction coming from these price points, standing in at $27,000 per Bitcoin. Crazy overthrow to the downside. Oh no, sorry, my bad. My fucking bad. All right, now we do still have a good reaction coming from this low right here. This is why I talk about the fact that $33,000 levels on Bitcoin is most likely going to be your liquidity entering the markets back again during this weekend. Even if we come back here again, guys. Now, the price action target that you saw that I recently just took out is from this bear pennant right here, guys. This is how it could be. This is how the price action could be. Apologies, I mean, this was supposed to be your downside angle target. If we do have a continuation move to the downside after this weekly candle closes, I do feel that if we are going to be closing this weekly in this kind of posture right here, this would just set in some bias for that continuation for the next week itself to the upside, at least all the way towards these price points and these price points. We're going to be testing the highs of this week and the highs of this week, the wick right here, right? Until we do not, let's say, until we do not start trending above $41,000, to be honest with you, we are not going to be looking at any upside bias for that matter. And mostly, guys, we are in a macro bear now. You can see the 21 simple on the weekly time frame. It's just obliterated. It's shattered. It's shattered with a lot of dreams as well. Now there's one more indicator which I just want to put in front of your eyes, guys, and it's just it's a good old fucking MACD, MACD, MACD right there, guys. Sometimes the simplest of the indicators are going to be deciding most of the things which are coming in the long term as well for Bitcoin's price action, guys. Now, if I just simply, alright, now I was making a video yesterday and a disaster took place. I mean, there was a sandstorm in my place and everything started flying away in front of my eyes, and well, there was a power cut as well, so pretty disappointing, which is why I could not update you guys yesterday. But that does not mean that you're gonna fuck off from the channel and just never come back again, right? If you're still watching the video, hit that like, go for that subscribe, and hit that bell icon as well. Well, sometimes I might not post, but I might compensate the very next day, which is why I'm here with some juicy information for you guys right here. If we just simplify our entire trend on BTC's price action itself, in let's just say in the entire history of the price action itself, guys, you see the weekly MACD cross every single time you one single cross to just convert the entire trend to go to shit, right? Now this is the one you're talking about. This is the one you're looking at. Now essentially anything can happen down the line. Look, guys, look, this is what happened. You can just simply go for a little bend to the upside in between, but that would be a simple retest of some key levels, guys. For example, right here was a simple retest of the $1,000 levels for this entire $10,000 levels for this entire consolidation, right? A little tick on the MACD was a little retest, and it ultimately formulated a low, a high which was very low than the previous highs, right? And guys, it was just we can just talk about numerous MACD crossing to the downside in terms of the Bitcoin's price action history as well. I mean, look, guys, you have this over expansion to the upside, and then when you cross the downside, you do go for a 70% correction most of the times. Even for this one, which is not that significant, but you did went for that. I mean, check this out here as well. The inception of the price action, the inception of the bubble burst, the situations on Bitcoin itself. This is why, guys, after this crash, the theory about Bitcoin crashing every single time started, right? Because this was the ultimate crash. This is the first crash when most of the hodlers in the space, they did experience a 93% pullback. It's just a pullback, bro. It's just a pullback. I'm fine losing 90% of my net worth, right? I'm completely fine doing that. It's all fucking bullshit. Nobody's fine losing money. If you see people tweeting shit like that on Twitter, guys, I mean, look, stay the fuck away from that mindset. Just stay the fuck away from. You know what is real and what is not real for yourself. Just decide for yourself who's just gambling around and who is here for some genuine information and who is here to make real money rather than just gambling their opinions and bragging about them in Twitter. Guys, look, we do have all the reason for these fucktards to come up in Twitter space because we did have this exponential rise to the upside, and all you had to fucking do was hold on to a bullish cross which happened on daily time frame, right? And everybody is feeling like a genius, a multi-generational genius, just because they played out a bullish cross right here. Did I play it? Yes, of course I did. But guys, look, you have to be level-headed. If this thing goes to the upside in this exponential way, guys, it can come down as well. I mean, look, this is an emotionally driven market. You got to be objectively very, very straightforward with these kind of price action. And guys, look, it's not okay to lose money. It's not okay to lose. Just don't go in that mindset. Especially if you're watching this kind of content every single day, you're trying to figure out the price action itself. It's most likely you are trying to make a living out of trading. And guess what, guys? You will be facing a lot of failures. Trading is not easy. Trading is not easy. And this is why I keep on repeating the fact that don't confuse brains with bull market, guys. All you had to do was play a bullish cross right here. Similar to this situation, one single bullish cross on the daily time frame out of this, and then you made your 200% move to the upside. Similarly, right here also, guys, 3-day bullish cross as well. I mean, I don't have my moving averages put out right here, but you know the drill, guys. You know the deal as well. Most of the moving averages that I look at for any trend to the upside on a macro basis is going to be your 55, your 200, and your 21. Nothing else. Trading is not a rocket science, and sometimes these huge, massive, gigantic moves can be coming out of a simple MACD bearish cross as well. Now, what are we talking about? if we do reject from this range. Now guys, I don't think we're going to be immediately coming back down, because I do feel that we could be looking at something like this in the coming days for Bitcoin's price action itself, because this is one heck of a trend. I mean, which you said before, your exponential rise to the upside. Most likely the market will repeat this kind of pattern, let everybody capitulate, and then move to the upside in the coming days. This is what I feel. Market moves in harmonies, market moves in waves, and we did exponentially push to the upside with a lot of upthrust, man. This was quite, most of the price action on BTC on these levels was unnecessary, was a huge massive FOMO mindset coming in from you, me, and a lot of institutions as well down the line. I mean, this is crazy, guys. Institutions FOMOing out on Bitcoin supply. uh, there is no second best. There is no second best, right? You want a crypto asset, it's Bitcoin. There is no second best, guys. Michael Saylor coming in with that statement. I mean, this is crazy. This space is all wired, and it's just quite enjoyable as well. I mean, are you getting bored in life? Why the fuck should you not join crypto market? I mean, just come to crypto market. You'll be all entertained for every single goddamn day for the rest of your life, most likely, right? I mean, this is what is happening, right? All right, guys. Now let's talk about some potential bullish situations for this price action right here. I mean, I'll just get rid of this MACD, and I'll just simply go in for some. Yeah, the simple indicator, guys. You got relative strength index, the RSI, the magical strength index, which is going to tell you the tops and bottom exactly. No, fuck no. It's not going to tell you that. It's going to give you a directional bias at most, guys. Now, we are looking at this low right here, which we are going to be comparing with this one. And there is yet another fractal, which I'm going to be talking about. So, since I just spoke about the bearish scenarios, we're going to be talking about some bullish factors as well. And then I'm going to get into another situation which could play out. And I'll be comparing this price action with this price action, guys. Now, Bitcoin likes to do something like this as well. So we do have enormous, gigantic amount of interpretations for this price action itself. But guys, does that mean that you got to take positions for this weekend itself? No, we got a lot of things to do. Bitcoin really has to do a lot of work around this range to confirm a bias, guys. Now, let's talk about a bullish bias, which could be confirmed down the line if we close any weekly candle above $41,000 for that matter, right? We could be looking at a hidden bullish divergence coming between this point and this point right here, guys. The RSI onto this low, when we were trying to situate a low right here, where Tesla was trying to buy Bitcoin onto these price points, the RSI was standing at 74 onto these levels, right? Whereas your price action did quite literally, I mean, this was a massive down move happening over the over 2 weeks itself, right? And guys, check out the sell pressure. I mean, bears put a lot of strength to bring the price action down all the way towards $33,000 levels on a weekly closing basis, guys. Now, check this out. I mean, we do have a clear low formulation right here, and we do have another low formulating right here, potential low form. Until we don't take this $42,000 to the upside, this is a low under construction. This is still a low under construction. I don't see any FOMO into Bitcoin's price action. So if anybody is telling you they're going to buy Bit and long Bitcoin against US dollar, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, look, be patient with the price action. Market's going to be very choppy. After these kind of price actions, market do take a lot of time to resolve themselves out, and I think we're going to get into a chop until this low is getting confirmed. I don't think it's going to be a good opportunity to long Bitcoin for that matter with a peaceful state of mind. You can chop around these fucking stupid markets. You can go upside down. You can just maybe kill your equity by 50% to realize that it's all a chop. Maybe that is what is happening with a lot of you. Guys, the market, for most of the people who are new in the space, I mean, this is the kind of action that Bitcoin does again and again, right? All right, coming back to the point right here, this low and this low has a humongous hidden bullish divergence, guys. RSI, humongous hidden bullish divergence between this point and this point right here. But does that mean that we're going to be just moving from these price points? Not yet. This is going to be a support. Once you start closing a weekly candles below this area right here, basically this entire huge candle, guys, that would mean that we're going to be probably continuing our trend to the downside and eventually formulating a base somewhere alongside the $25,000 to $26,000 ranges once we start losing this low right here. On the other hand, if the coming weekly candles, even let's just say on a weak price action, if they start closing out above these levels, guys, then we do have real chances of just confirming this one as a huge hidden bullish divergence between this point and this point. And then we can start formulating a price action like this. And that could take a very long time, guys. A very, very freaking long time. I mean, we're talking about May 2022 for that matter. I mean, but that does not mean that it's going to resolve at that point only. I mean, once we start taking this high, it really depends on when we start taking out this high right here, guys. This lower high, which was, well, not that lower than this one, but you do get the point right here, guys. This is the main point of control. I mean, this is the main point of structural control. If you do want to get that bullish bias going on going for the entire crypto market for the matter, guys, one single asset, it is Bitcoin. It is only Bitcoin, which is going to be, there is no second best. It's just Bitcoin, right? Which is why if it goes towards these price points and start closing weekly candles above this one, guys, your entire crypto market's general trend will start looking good back again. Until then, the higher probability start this pretty steep looking price action in terms of the resistance index as well, guys. It just reminds me of this one. I mean, the market dynamics, the price action behavior, I mean, so similar, man. It's so similar, guys. Well, in terms of the RSI structure, not the price action structure, but the highs, the way the highs got formulated, I mean, it's just, guys, the lot of similarities. Like, this is my own personal observation. That does not mean that exactly this kind of fractal will play out down the line. It could play out. It could play out. I mean, we could go for a capitulation and then we could run to the upside, because Bitcoin likes shaking out everybody, I guess, right? It's only the fucking diamond hands which are going to hold the best asset. There is no best. There is no second best, right? Nobody else is going to hold that. But, guys, this is, in terms of the market dynamics and the market landscape, the general market landscape is looking quite similar. Let me just get rid of this line right here. I mean, this is confusing the fuck out of a lot of you, I guess. All right. So with the strength index is just completely similar. I mean, it's just completely similar, right? So even if we bounce to the upside, guys, this is another scenario. All right, now you do get the point right here, how we could be formulating a hidden bullish divergence between this one and this one, and then we can eventually move to the upside, right? Now let's get back to the second scenario, the second play out scenario, which I do feel could happen in the small time frames. Let's jump on the daily for that matter, and we're going to go and check out some history for you guys. History. Yuri, get me some history on Bitcoin. I want to know where it want to go. I want to know if it goes to moon or it goes to zero. Most likely, it's going to chop the fuck out of this entire range. Guys, check this out. I mean, this price action obliterated a lot of traders in the market. I mean, guys, nobody was expecting this overthrow down here, but we had a head fake on Bollinger's Band itself, guys, which is why Bollinger's Band are yet another key important indicators to time your macro moves, right? Now, this was very catastrophic, to be honest with you. I mean, we were squeezing down the range and we were kind of formulating a triangular kind of pattern. I mean, look, we were making triangle right here. We did break down, we did hit the target, and then we just simply chopped to the sideways, violated this entire range to the downside. Then we pushed to the upside. But, guys, we never took out this high right here, which led on to further swings to the downside, guys. Which is why, just to make things very simple, the crypto market will not trend to the upside until we are clearing this high right here, guys. It's as simple as that. And I mean, basing our thesis off of this entire price action, if we do come with that head fake kind of situation on Bollinger's Band, I'll be there to update all of you. If we are looking at these kind of things coming in the market, guys, it plays out with a lot of other uncertainties as well. Guys, nobody could fucking expect this. I mean, this was a 40% BTC move happening over 2 days. It's kind of useless, right? I mean, which is why you get sold off immediately after this trend goes to the upside. Now, if that happens right here, guys, it could happen alongside this trend line, right? It could happen alongside this trend line, and that could really, really define, let's just say, the upcoming price action on Bitcoin's price, on Bitcoin itself, right? Something like that. And then you go for this little shakeout of this range, coming back all the way towards $27,000, and then going for that immediate up thrust after trapping a lot of bears, guys. We could be dealing with bear trap, bull trap scenarios, which is why, let me be very frank and honest with you. The swing trades, most of the swing positions that you are wondering that you're going to be taking in the market are not going to look good. It's going to be very difficult. So don't try to be Jackie Chan of these markets. Don't try to be fucking Bruce Lee and try to go for that 1-inch punch that you can hit in these markets and go for that 2x in one single move. Not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. Even if it happens, you're going to be very lucky. It's just that, because the facts and the figures in terms of the price action are not clear, guys. This was a clear trending price action move to the upside, where let's just say, where you don't want to confuse brains with bull market. The real test as a trader comes on to these levels, guys. Thriving in these markets, I mean, thriving in these kind of price action scenarios is the game that you want to be in at, and that really defines you as a trader as a whole, right? Which is why, get into trading. I mean, if you want to participate, if you still want to be in these markets, if you potentially want to accumulate your favorite altcoins with a limited amount of capital, the best thing to be done right here is, until we are resolving Bitcoin's upper range to the upside, guys, this high right here, it's going to be a massive reaccumulation for the entire crypto market as a whole, guys. And guess what? The best thing to be done right here is to develop skills as a trader, trading within the range, and maybe coming out profitably, and maybe getting that capital going on for accumulation when these crypto assets, they come back down to some delicious price points on most of the USD pairs as well, when you can pick them up for, let's just say, 20-30%, 40% cheaper as well from these price points also, guys. I mean, anything can happen in terms of the price action going to the downside, but I guess it's going to be full of chop. I mean, this is just going to be full of chop. Let me just simply get on to BTC USDT real quick and see what's going on for the weekend, guys. I mean, series of lower highs. I mean, this is not strength. I mean, look, you wanted to break out of this range and you didn't want to test this one or this low. The last rejection high right here standing at $50,000. You would have continued from this to the upside, guys. You would have simply continued to the upside, because simply going by the history, you do squeeze alongside some, let's just say, guys, we're going to be taking out this one right here. Now, this would be visible in the small time frames, but this essentially what happens is that if you do go for that nasty move, first of all, you're going to be meeting on with some mean trend line, right? Once your mean trend line is met, you will squeeze alongside this one, and then you'll break out, guys. Grind breakout, right? Another grind breakout is something like this, which is a little steep, but guys, check this one out as well. Grind and a breakout. It looks to me like we could formulate something like that, but we are just not strengthful. I mean, this is weak market participation right here. I mean, nobody's interested in buying Bitcoin in terms of those big, massive, huge funds which were coming in all throughout this run to the upside. This is not strengthful. Just going by the naked charting and the naked price action analysis, this is not strength off of these levels. Had we been wanted to trend to the upside like that, you would want to continue going to the upside and not print this fucking stupid candle right here. I mean, this is not good. This is not good. I mean, this is not good price action, right? All right. Judging by the RSI, you could come back down, and the bias, guys. Refer to the initial analysis I did for Bitcoin itself. Most likely, you would come and sweep the lows, but any breakdown or breakout again happening this weekend would most likely be a chop. Now, what we should do right here is we should go to the BTC futures itself and see where the gaps are. Right? I mean, gaps, guys, gaps. This is the humongous looking gap which we were talking about on CMEs itself. Apparently, which we could have traveled towards had we been breaking out of this range right here, but it does look to me like Bitcoin's future closed around $37,000 Bitcoin. So watch for the price action shaping out around $36,000 to $35,000 levels over this weekend itself. We're going to be in a range bound situation back again. No immediate breakout on the price action itself, guys. And to be honest with you, I think the triangle looks a little better in the CMEs. Look, guys, this is a precise looking triangle, to be honest with you. I mean, if you just compare it with the spot price action of Bitcoin itself, I would rather prefer this one, because this is nice. This is a neat looking piece of price action and good reactions coming off of this low. So I can't really negate the fact that you did try to formulate another low which was higher than your previous low, which is why most of the risk management on Bitcoin itself, guys. Now I'm not talking about chaining and all, which quite really got invalidated in terms of the tradings, in terms of the setups which I posted on Discord channel itself, guys. These things, when they do get invalidated, does not feel right. I mean, this essentially never feels nice, but this is what you got to learn. You got to let go when it is not necessary. You just got to let go. Don't think of taking a position in the market and passing on to your fucking grandchildren and wondering that this position is going to go to $1 million. I'm going to be a billionaire, a gazillionaire out of this one single position. That's stupid. Just let me know if you resonate with this kind of mindset, because it happens, right? Especially if you are new in the capital markets, if you are just willing to trade these markets these things will come to your brains. These things will happen because guys, emotions are something which you have to bring, which you have to get a hold of. It's something that you ought to control yourself. Nobody will do that for you. If your emotions are all haywired, most likely get wrecked in the market again and again, and it's not going to look good. Learn from others' mistakes. Learn from my mistakes as well. I mean, I am here blurting out whatever wrong I did, guys, on Bitcoin's price action all throughout this range as well, right here. And how I was not quite able to to capitalize, well, before the CMEs came into fruition as well onto this entire bull run. Guys, learn from others' mistakes. I'm here sharing everything blatantly honest with you and sharing all of my emotional experiences as well. All right, now let's not get deviated from that one and just, well, guys, your low is still valid right here. I mean, the trade on Bitcoin is still valid. I mean, your upside targets are going to be looking neat onto these price points down the line. Now, could you chop around like that, which I talked about? Essentially, yes, you could do that. So, which is why, if my position in the market is not a financial advice, can't be a financial advice, but for full disclosure, I do have a spot exposure on Bitcoin, on which the risk will be managed below this price point right here, guys. I would not be interested in long in BTC below this low right here, below this high right here as compared to this one, because breaking below this one would mean, guys, I would not be interested. Even if it goes up, I would not be interested. That would mean a lot of confusion, and essentially trading is not rocket science. You want to just shift away from scenarios which are causing confusion in your brain, guys. Ultimately, it all comes to you. Trust me when I say that. And trust me with one more thing which I'm going to tell you. Markets are as lost as you are. Just be, guys, this is something which I can affirm with out of my own experience. Markets are as lost as you are. So don't go to Twitter and just set your bias because of some duck fucking longed Bitcoin with $100 million. Just don't do that. Find your own objectives and play these markets. All right, don't marry your positions. Once you start dating your positions, you'll go wrecked, and it'll be very difficult to survive, to thrive in these markets. So essentially, just be fucking emotionless when you are trying to trade these assets, right? Because emotions will get you wrecked if you are emotionally driven and you are just making... If you're thinking, guys, there's one more thing which I got to tell you. If you are thinking that trading is going to be your only source of income, specifically at the point of time in your life where you don't have a stable income or a stable job for that matter, guys, it's not going to work out as well. Let me be very frank and honest with this fact as well. It's very difficult. Once you start looking at trading as your daily income or your monthly income, or out of which you have to base your life off of, it's not going to work out fine, guys. You're going to be biased in your head. You're going to be fucked in your head, essentially, thinking of the fact that if I don't make money today, I'm going to get wrecked. I'm just, I need money. It's not the right mindset to have when you are trading. You have to be cool as a fucking cucumber when you're trading in these markets, right? And if you are going to be emotionally driven about the fact that I have to make money today, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to get wrecked to the balls, and then you'll maybe start understanding these things, which I'm just simply telling on this channel for free, for that matter, right? All right, guys. Now next up, what do we have right here? We have Chainlink. Breaking below the 21 simple back again. Now, guys, all right. Before I jump on to the next piece of analysis for all the assets which I'm going to talk about, they are going to be BTC pairs, guys. They're going to be BTC pairs. We are not looking at USD pairs. You know the directional bias for USD. It's nowhere. The directional bias for USD pair is nothing right now. It's not to the upside, not to the downside. This is the best thing that I did. Oh my god. Oh, holy fucking crap, man. Something is happening every single day in terms of death and destruction. My fucking tube light just fell. Holy shit, fuck, man. Alright. This video is probably gonna look darker henceforth, I guess, and the light is gonna shine from beneath me. Alright, guys. Now we're gonna be talking about the BTC pair rather than the USD pair itself, because, guys, the directional bias for USD is nothing. So don't spend a lot of time trying to scratch your head, figure out a directional bias, because most likely markets will chop you out. And if you do want to trade for this weekend, if you can't control yourself and you do want to trade, you want to gamble for this weekend itself, guys, I do personally feel that as Bitcoin stays in a range bound situation, the better option is going to be trading the altcoins pairs itself. Altcoin pairs are going to be essentially better in terms of deciding to trend. And link down. Linking as BTC looking down. I mean, series of rejections coming from 4-hour time frame. I mean, this was a grind break down as well, and you want to be continuing your trend down. I mean, this looks to me like you could be sweeping this one right here. You could be sweeping these price points right here, but ultimately down the line you could have some turbulence. I'm talking about a short position bias, guys. Your risk management onto this short position could be right here. Now, this is not a financial advice. This can't be a financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Go ask your mom and dad about financial advice, I guess. Holy shit. Or maybe talk to a legit financial advisor if you do want to trade, or if you want to manage capital as a legitimate trader, guys. You have to get registered yourself as well. Now, I am a registered trader with NSE, with my own stock markets, Indian stock markets. I'm not registered to US equities market as well, and certainly I'm not registered to cryptocurrency fucking markets as well, because crypto markets are are free to all, are open to all. All you got to fucking do is get a stash of money and put it into the shit coins, and maybe wonder that you got to be a millionaire or not down the line, right? This is what crypto markets are. You don't need any regulatory approval. All you need to have for these markets is fucking capital. That's all. That's fucking it, right? Now, your recent rejection on Link BTC happening right here can lead the price actions coming down first and foremost with these price points, and then if we break below this price point right here, we can come back down all the way towards these levels. Now, I'm talking about 4-hour time frame, and guys, guess what? This was a deep retracement, right? This was a good sort of deep retracement, and I guess if the entire market fails from these price points, all the altcoin pairs are going to be looking like the deep retracement retest was a failure. Now, can we pinpoint this out like exactly? I mean, guys, now this won't make a lot of sense, but we did fall short of this one, the 786 retracement right here. Link's price action is generally very biased towards deep retracements, even in the small time frames. Even if you look at the daily 10-minute time frames on Link, and when Link is range bound, guys, it will probably come down and it'll retest the 786, the deep retracement. First, it'll direct all the long positions, then it'll direct all the short positions, and then eventually take a direction. Link generally likes to do that. Very, 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 very volatile piece of bastard right here for you, Link. Which is why, guys, your risk management for this one is not supposed to be more than, let's just say, 1 or 2% for that matter. I mean, what the hell are you doing putting your entire equity for trading, for taking the intraday positions on Link? I mean, it's completely unnecessary, right? Now, once you start ticking below this high right here, guys, then we do have potential challenge of this entire squeeze upside as well. I mean, look, then we can test this upside and then eventually decide for ourselves whether we want to go for this retracement right here at the deep retracement standing at 90,000 Satoshis per chain link, or we just want to tumble back down below. Now, let's just get onto the macro. Very, very bad idea to start with small time frames and then jumping onto the macro. But guys, the macro trend is good. I mean, look, guys, this is Chainlink in one nutshell right here. One single chart for Chainlink. I mean, this is a good looking trend for the macro and asset itself. And the only line that you got to worry about for Chainlink is this one right here. It's quite obvious, right? It's quite fucking obvious, to be honest with you. I mean, the first and the foremost retest of this entire breakdown was, well, no shit, it was supposed to be a breakdown and a retest and a failure as well to go above this price point. Yeah, no shit, guys. You've been trending alongside this one right here, and the first retest is going to be a failure, which was one. I'm talking about 3-day time frame, so each candle is formulating in a very, very long form of time, guys. This was the 3rd week of January, right? The first retest. We had a second retest right here, and then we got a massive rejection. I mean, this proves that, yes, this trend line is the mother of all trend lines for Chainlink itself, and most of the directional buys coming in for the rest of the year is going to be decided by this right here. But guys, check this out. What we are formulating right here is a series of higher lows and higher highs, which is why your macro picture for Chainlink against BTC is kind of changing, which is nice. I mean, which is nice, right? You can start continuing to the upside, whereas your risk management for this one, I'm guys, on the macro, it's just unclear to me. I mean, this is bad. I mean, this is ugly piece of price action. You can't really go about some good, let's just say, perfect stop losses, or perfect, let's just say, mental stop loss as well, if you're just simply investing or simply holding Chainlink. And if you are looking at Chainlink's value against your BTC holdings, it's going to be very difficult for this one right here, which is why I'm going to be simply waiting for, let's just say, for a perfect trend formulation alongside the 21 simple at first, and then, guys, the ultimate confirmation lies above this high at first and then above this trend line right here, because once we start trending above this one, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like this back again, and then eventually we can push even higher for Chainlink. Guys, the use case for Chainlink and this entire data oracle is just growing and growing in the space. I mean, this is crazy. Arbitrum, you got to go and read for that as well. If I get the link for Arbitrum, I'll be leaving that link in the description down below, and go do your own research on Arbitrum, because that is a second layer scaling solution for Ethereum, where potentially your gas fees on Ether can go as low as 100x from the current gas fees, guys. And who is facilitating that? The Chainlink blockchain is doing that, which is why your closest investment, if you want to be looking at scaling solutions for Ethereum's blockchain itself, believe it or not, it's Chainlink right here. Only because of one concept, Arbitrum, guys. Arbitrum, you got to do your own diligence on that. What the hell are you doing sitting in these markets? still trying to figure out the price action, figure out other dynamics as well, figure out the mechanics, figure out the fundamental as well, rather than gambling for this weekend. I don't think it's essentially necessary to trade any of these assets for the weekend. We are here. The point of this entire video for today is to tell you guys to not trade again for this weekend, right? And potentially analyze the trends, analyze the macro trends, guys. We are taking a look at Chainlink's macro trend, and it looks to me like yo are coming up with resistance coming for this trend line again and again and again. So once we start doing that, once we start trending above that one, most likely yes, going to be a rejection. And guys, essentially there is no risk management for this one. It's just a trend analysis right here. And well, you could argue about the fact that you did create a low which was way higher than this one. So 3 lows alongside. I mean, you are situated in let's just say a broadening wedge of the bottoms as well. I mean, essentially, after the retracement, broadening wedge price actions are not essentially that bullish, to be honest with you. The most it can reflect is a choppy environment for Chainlink. I mean, this was one swing, one hell of a swing. You can argue about the fact that, yeah, this was a good looking swing for 116% move to the upside. And guys, I was talking about how Chainlink can meet this price point target on the previous videos. You can go for the previous videos on this channel for Chainlink against BTC analysis itself, and you can confirm that facts for yourself. I spoke about the fact that how if we go against this grind to the upside, we can simply test the upside of this range, and we did do that. Once we did that, I mean, this was a massive fat ass rejection coming to the downside all the way towards this support, testing this liquidity area again. I mean, not really a good health and fitness picture, but I think it calls for a confusion phase for Link against BTC until there are some major clarification in the price action itself. We're going to be chopping around this range, right? All right, guys. Now jumping on to the next candidate, we have Solana. I mean, guys, this is looking bullish. Curling to the upside. Yep, the price action is looking bullish. Now, the only thing which is of a huge concern is the fact that the rejection, I mean, which started coming from these levels is madness, guys. I can't deny the fact that how similar. Let me just pinpoint this entire one, this entire piece of price range for you. And yes, I am interested in shorting Solana against BTC, to be honest with you. For full disclosure, this is not a financial advice, but I am aiming for short positions on Solana against BTC itself. Because, guys, fractal squirrel, am I a fractal squirrel back again? Most likely yes for this particular analysis, I guess, guys. I can't deny the fact that how similar this one is, right, as compared to this one right here, guys. This is how Solana formulates a top, a midterm top, right? This is the piece of price action. You go for an exponential wave to the upside, and then you trend, and then you go, guys, a 5-way stretch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down like A, B, C, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then ABC. I mean, the market structure for this high and this high looks kind of similar. Now, the only thing which I am personally looking at is the fact that, guys, you did violate this low right here, which we did again. So, which is why I'm looking at this piece of structure, which could come into fruition for Solana against BTC onto this price point and these time frames as well, which is going to be this one, right? You did go to the downside, and well, you did violate this low right here, but eventually coming from this low, you tested the deep retracement starting at 786, and after which you had a series of rejections on the 4-hour time frame, basically a entire daily worth of price action, trying to close above the 786 but failing miserably, right? Which is what led your entire downtrend for the coming months as well on Solana against BTC itself. Now, do I feel like it's going to just exactly repeat like that? No, guys. It's going to be full of chops. And well, this is looking strengthful in the first and the foremost past. I mean, the price action is looking very nice. Well, the USD targets on Solana the Solana USD targets were completely met, and the trade was a success. Now, am I looking to short Solana? Yep, I am. I am looking to short this one, guys. And if you just simply pinpoint this top right here and this bottom right here, we're quite close to the 786 retracement. Pardon my words right here. I'm just simply losing. I'm slipping and sliding my words. I'm slipping and sliding for you guys. Alright, so 76 coming in at 118,000 Satoshis level. So this is one of the level which I'm going to be very vigilant about in the coming days, guys. What I want to see is a potential rejection coming from the deep retracements. If we are not able to reject this level, I will not be interested in shorting Solana anymore, because, guys, most likely it will test the all-time highs, and any piece of price action which curls to the upside and tests the all-time highs most likely consolidates and clears and just kind of continues to the upside, which is why, guys, very vigilant. And to be honest, this could be a big gamble, but, guys, I mean, just going by the history and judging by the history, I mean, this is supposed to be a deep retracement rejection point. Holy shit, am I getting a call? Now, things keep on getting worse and worse for today itself, after just All right. My bad. Apologies. 706 right here. If we do start trending above that price point, I don't think it's going to be a good opportunity to short this one, guys. And all right, let me just quickly jump into one more thing. MATIC, right? MATIC against USDT. And guys, I had posted a trend reversal trade for MATIC, and it's still playing out. I mean, this is still playing out. Holy fucking crap, it's still doing it. I mean, this was the entry point. This was the exact entry point, and it's still playing out, guys. We do have our downside targets here. This one is posted on Discord as well. You can go and take a look at the downside price action targets as well. I am fully convicted of this trade to come into reality, and well, we are already up 20% on this trade. Now, guys, everybody in the Discord community, everybody in the cryptocurrency community, if anybody took that trade for that matter, could be defining their leverage and their capital management on their own. But guys, I, for that matter, am simply short 2x on my equity, right? If I hold MATIC for that matter. Now, this is yet another piece of trade idea for you guys, right? Now, if I hold MATIC, I'm just going to take that entire holdings of MATIC into an exchange account. Like, for that matter, I have FTX, right? I use FTX, I take MATIC and put that thing as my collateral, as my base collateral. And whatever amount of MATIC I have, I'm going to be shorting 2x on that, right? For example, if I have 10,000 MATIC, I'm going to be shorting 20,000 MATIC. I'm going to be managing my risk above this price point right here, because I do feel that we are dealing with some macro tops happening on Bitcoin itself, which is going to be defining a lot of downside price action, a lot of big swing position trades as well to the downside. And I completely missed MATIC to the upside. So why not just go for a downside, for a downside trade, right? Guys, now, essentially, am I a bear? Am I a fundamental bear on my? No, guys, no. Holy crap. The amount of things that MATIC network does and the amount of innovation that this particular blockchain is doing for Ethereum itself, the Polygon network, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Although I feel that the fundamental value right now does not just... The technical and the fundamental value do have a big gap right here, guys. They have a big gap, which is why the technicals could come back down onto some key levels where the technicals and the fundamentals are going to be aligning back together, and which is where, let's just say, this asset comes back into harmony, and when it starts reversing or maybe gets reaccumulated, right? Now, what is happening right here is that we are looking at a series of rejections, guys, and even if Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else, Chainlink as well, Solana as well, trended to the upside all throughout this range, MATIC did not, guys. This was clear rejection. I mean, this is clear weakness coming from these price points and confirming the weakness right here. Not looking really nice. I mean, to be honest with you, trending alongside the 4-hour time frame with the 21 simple itself is it's a downtrend under motion. Now, this is certainly a downtrend under motion. Now, guys, what I can tell you for a fact is that these kind of break out to the upside, they do last, right? Whereas it's a similar situation right at the downside. They do potentially last, and they will potentially last to the downside, which is why if I would want to be, let's just say, if I want to take a fresh new position on the market, a short position on the market, I would certainly, number one, do that on FTX, because, guys, that's my home. that's pretty much my home and my office in terms of my equity management. And, well, I will be just managing my risk right here on these levels, right? If it goes above these price points, most likely I'll not be interested in shorting MATIC for the small time frames, as this entire region of liquidity will come as a support, will be looked upon like a big support, and we could be coming back for some retest. But although, guys, I do feel this is a strong trend under formulation. We are situating ourselves beneath the bull control regions, the neutral regions as well. Basically, the bears are taking control of this trend right here, guys. It's as clear as it can get, and most likely we could be selling off in the coming months for MATIC as well. Unfortunately, I mean, that is something which could potentially happen. All right, guys. Now, next up, what do we have? We have Ethereum, which is looking like a complete beauty. I mean, guys, the price action on Ethereum BTC. Now, this is not ETH USD. This is ETH BTC, and it's wow. I mean, the reaction coming from 21 simple on 3 time frame. This is nice as fuck. To be honest with you, this is good piece of price action. Just judging by the reaction coming from the 21 simple moving average itself, it's nice. It's nice. I mean, I can't deny the fact that how good these kind of reactions they do play out in the future as well. And, guys, do we have any kind of... No, we don't have any. This is the 3-day time frame, and all right, the TSI. Although, check this out. I mean, the TSI right here is just bearish. I mean, this is bearishly crossing. We can rely upon this one. All right, now we can compare the situation right here on this little confusing zone. But, guys, essentially, most of the times when you go for a bearish cross right here on the TSI, the true strength indicator, just a bear trend emerges every single time, right? With one exception right here, which could be playing out on these levels as well. So if you just compare the price action All right. This is it. This is it, right? Now, when Ethereum is trending alongside some key all-time highs, this is when the TSI gets confused as fuck, I guess. But essentially, do I mean that it's exactly something which is going to happen back again? No, I don't think so. Market landscape right now is pretty much different from what it was back here, guys. Back here, right? I mean, the only thing which I would be looking at on Ethereum against BTC is this entire sell zone. This is your kill zone for Ethereum, right? Let me just put on the logarithmic values and we'll see the charts for ourselves in a little more clearer picture. We do have a sell zone happening out of these price points right here. Once we start taking above this price points, holy shit, man! Ethereum against BTC. Wow. I mean, that could start looking strong back again. I mean, look, guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I mean, guys, I was in complete disbelief. Although I was long ETH rather than Bitcoin itself when we started going on to these level, and I did take my position out onto the initial points of the 7 million Satoshi levels, guys. Basically 0.067. I did took my position off of the market on ETH BTC itself. It was a spot position. I just flipped some Bitcoin into Ethereum and then back again, guys. I hate leverage trading, man. Holy shit. I can speak from experience. It's just not good. It's trading on leverage on these markets which are already crazy. It's just gonna kill your peace. You're not gonna be a peaceful person, and you're gonna be that ugly, sad bastard, which is not gonna resonate with most of the happy things which are going. Guys, these markets can make anyone crazy, right? I was getting crazy as fuck back in the bear market. Holy crap! And guys, it took a lot of while for me to understand myself कि ये सब चुतियापा है, ये सब बेवकूफ़ी है, ये कुछ नहीं है, ये ऊपर जाएगा नीचे जाएगा, यही होता रहेगा, यही साइकिल चलते रहेगी, ज़िंदगी की भी यही साइकिल है, right? Essentially, these markets will never stop trending. You will always have opportunities to the upside or the downside. It will never stop. It will never stop. It will keep on happening. But it's the asset FOMO. It's the amount of Ethereum I want to have in my portfolio. It's the amount of Bitcoin or anything you want to have in your portfolio which causes all the damage, which makes you crazy. It's just that, guys. It's just that. So, don't be a bitch of these markets. Make these assets your bitches. That is when these things will work out for you, I guess, right? Until then, the market is just gonna make you dance to the upside or the downside. It's just gonna be like that. But guys, coming back to the point right here, Ethereum on the BTC pair is looking nice, to be honest with you. Until we are breaking this trend to the downside with the 21 simple on the 3 time frame itself, all the BTC pairs essentially will look good in the coming days, guys. And guess what? I mean, was this a simple retest of the breakout? Could very much be that breaker. I mean, guys, this was a good squeeze to the huge squeeze to the upside. We broke to the upside, right? Until we are falling back into this trappy shitty zone, guys. I don't think we're going to be testing this trend line back again until we are above this 21 simple. And most likely the higher price targets towards the 7 and 6 deep retracement of this entire down leg, this entire bear market is going to be a more probable situation, more probable scenario rather than just breaking back below into this level right here, guys. The BTC pairs are completely fucking bifurcated from the USD pair itself, guys. It's just it's something that you would see when Bitcoin market cycle tops occur and most of the altcoins, they start running against BTC itself before that massive mega ultra gigantic correction which happens down the line. So it's most likely the best time to trade the altcoin pairs. Even if you want to trade the weekend, I think the altcoin pairs are looking better as compared to the USD pair itself. Now, do we have anything else to talk about? All right, last up we have BNB. Holy shit, this video is turning out to be way longer than I expected. How long is this? Fucking 50 minutes long. Shit, guys, I'm just compensating for yesterday. And if you're still watching this video, holy crap, I want to salute you right here. Massive respect and massive gratitude for you if you're still watching this video. Amazing community member. You are supposed to be rewarded with a badge, man. Holy shit. I mean, if there were a metric, if there was any kind of software to analyze who is watching the entire video, guys, I would just reward people with batches or something like that, I guess. I mean, guys, it's just to be honest with you, I just speak from my own experience and I try to be as honest as possible, right? And I also try to be as relatable as possible, right? So that this shit gets into your mind and at least the people from Cryptodegator community don't get wrecked in the coming days, guys. I don't want any one of you to be emotionally driven and it's just it's really necessary to bring this point again and again that, guys, the more emotionally and the more greed driven you are, the more asset FOMO you will have, and they will lead into shit decisions that you will make for your own equity and your own capital, and most likely it'll be a pain to even thrive in these markets, and guys, down the line you will just end up capitulating. That could be the worst case scenario that could play out for you if you don't manage your capital precisely, and if you are specifically, if you're in these markets with your entire savings. Holy shit, get the fuck away from this market. Let me be very frank and honest with you. If you are wondering that I'm going to be putting my entire equity into crypto assets and I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to have Forbes articles being printed out for me, holy shit, get the fuck away from this market. It's not going to work out for you. It's not going to work out for you, guys. That's equivalent to playing lottery, man. Holy shit. Just maybe buy some lottery tickets. That's probably going to have a better edge towards your own bias, I guess, right? All right, now BNB against BTC right here is riding in a wedge, right? This is a rising wedge, guys, to be honest with you. I mean, this is the only pattern which I see right now. Essentially, we have met all the targets to the upside in terms of deep retracement for that matter as well. So I essentially am not going to be uber bullish on BNB anymore, to be honest with you guys. I mean, this is a clear-cut retest of the... Wow, man. Holy shit. TA works, man. The Fibonacci extensions, they do work with charm. Holy crap. After this overextension to the downside on the hourly, on the 4-hour time frames, shit, man. You trended and you set your higher lows again and again, and then you went all the way towards 786, rejecting this one as of now. But essentially, guys, we can come back all the way towards 886 and still be in a downtrend. Holy shit, I can't negate the fact that how this teeny tiny little piece of price action on BNB against BTC is your trend controller, man. Holy shit, once you start trending above this price point on BNB against BTC, guys, your upside targets toward 172, 1618 at essentially 1.5 million satoshis is going to come into fruition. It's going to come into reality once you start ticking above this high. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Now, essentially, what could happen is that you could trend alongside this wedge right here, and once you start negating, now I'm talking about the downside possibility, once you start negating the price action to the downside in terms of this support right here, guys, holy crap, it's not going to look nice. I mean, this essentially, that would mean that BNB against BTC will also get into a huge consolidation, huge choppy chop phase, guys, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to trade this one as well. I mean, until then, this is a fine trending motion, to be honest with you, but I guess if I were to take profits on BNB, this was it right here. I mean, I would have been out of the market. Alright, guys, I think this is the perfect time to wrap this video up. Let me know down in the comments what you are going to be trading for this weekend, or whether you are going to be trading for this weekend or not. Essentially, what I want to suggest is just stay the fuck away from markets back again for this weekend itself. And well, I will catch you all in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.